What's up everybody, my name is MrHurriicane, and today's video is going to be a channel update. I've wanted to make this video for a while now. I have a lot of things I want to talk about regarding the series I'm currently making here on the channel, and some ideas for plans moving forward. And if you've been a part of my streams as of late, you've heard me talk bits and pieces about this, but now I'm going to go a lot more in depth. As always with these channel updates, it's a way for me to talk about various ideas I have and to get your feedback on them. So feel free down below in the comments to leave any feedback you have on this video. And let's jump into it. So last time I made a channel update, I was talking about beginning the new dynasty. And we've already gone through a season now, and it was a very fast first season with the Kalispell Warhawks. Thank you all for the support so far on that series. It has been more fun than I could have anticipated. You guys know I like building teams from the ground up, and this challenge has been exactly what I was looking for. I remember saying before the series began that I would be uploading it slower, and that hasn't happened at all. I enjoyed the series way too much to upload it slowly. I wanted to keep making the videos, and now we're almost into season 2. And just think, I could have gone even faster with the uploads if I hadn't moved at the end of January. And with the Dynasty being uploaded so quickly, it didn't take away from the Chargers franchise as much as it could have. We're still way ahead of last year's pace. I went to go check now. The last episode I posted was Year 3, Week 9. And that was yesterday on February 27th. Now, if you go to Year 3, Week 9 of the Jaguars franchise, that was posted May 5th. So we're over 2 months ahead of schedule right now. We're gonna hit 5 seasons at least. I hope we can get a 6th, but I won't guarantee it. 5 for sure, though, in this Chargers franchise. That was a big goal for me with this franchise, and we're well on the way to hit that, along with a dynasty alongside it that is cruising along very swiftly. I have no idea how many seasons we'll finish in the dynasty this year, but let's enjoy the ride. It's been fun so far. These 2 series have been the main focus of my channel since they began. And that's meant that not much else has been on the channel, like my Desmond Payne Road to the Show, which I briefly returned and then wanted to switch up the episode format, and still haven't given you guys a new episode. I have been working on one, and I want to get that video out this weekend and stop putting it off. We are almost to MLB 17, and I will be playing that game. I expect that Desmond Payne will be on there, and I'll be doing the episodes very differently, because before I was just playing like 10 to 12 games, and then making an episode of whatever was there. But I want to be a lot more deliberate going forward, and give you guys what is worthy of seeing, and not just showing you whatever happens if it sucks or if it's great. I don't want to do episodes like that anymore. Now, regarding franchise on MLB 17, I'm going to play it this year. I'm not sure if this is going to be a streaming series. I'm not sure if it's going to be like a once a week series here on the channel, but I'm going to play it, because it's a perfect time to take control of the Twins and to work on building them, and there just isn't going to be a better time for me to work on it, whether you're looking at it from the standpoint of the state of the Twins right now, which they were like the worst team last year, a terrible record, over 100 losses. And if you look at it from the perspective of like time and whatnot, well, if not now, then never. So one way or another, I'm going to play it. It might be like a streaming video hybrid that happens once a week. But with year-to-year saves, that gives me flexibility to carry on with this franchise, and I really wanted to finally get into MLB franchise, and I think this is the year. Now, we're a few minutes into this video, and I haven't even talked about some of the things I'm most excited about with the channel moving forward. So, last week, I launched my first streaming series since, I believe, my Blitz the League 2 campaign walkthrough, which was a very fun series. I began the Madden 17 fantasy draft franchise with the Cowboys, put an interesting spin on it where I pick positions out of a hat to pick my team, so I'd get very weird results, and I would have to really challenge my ability to build a team under those constraints. I've done a couple streams of that so far, and I aim to do at least a couple a week so we can move along pretty quickly, but it's not designed to be a very long series, and that gets me to where I really wanted to talk about with this video, and what I've mentioned briefly in those streams is that I want to try some new ideas. I want to be a lot more experimental. I talked about this briefly on my second channel, but most of that was really related to this channel, where I have many ideas here. I keep a planner so I can stay organized, and there's a page in there for writing down just creative ideas, and I filled this thing up in the matter of a couple days, a couple weeks ago, as I've been thinking quite a bit about what I want to do moving forward on the channel. And nothing's changing regarding like Franchise or Dynasty. That stuff is still happening. That's my favorite type of content to do. That's my bread and butter. I've done hundreds of those things, and I'll do hopefully hundreds more. But I still have other ideas that I don't get around to, and one of my biggest hang-ups regarding this is that I always have this tendency to want to make everything just a mile long. And I think that way of thinking has kind of limited me. It's kept me from trying some experiments, it's kept me from exploring some other modes and some other games. And I've thought about this a lot recently, and I keep going back when I was asked, I forget where or who asked it, but if I would be playing like 2K in my streams. And I said no, because I don't think I have the time to flesh out a full idea. And the thing is, like, not everything needs to take a year. Not everything needs to be this huge project, yet it's always the way that my brain tends to go when I look at a series and what it can potentially be. Yet I've had some short series that have done really well on both of my channels. When I would think about doing like a player-based series on Madden, I would first think about, well, I don't have the time to play out his entire career, so it really isn't worth it. But that's not the way I want to think anymore. I want to try some smaller things, and now I really want to challenge myself. Can I make a series, even on something like Madden with career mode, that only goes like 10 episodes? Could I do that? Could I create an idea that can be executed in like a month and then move on to something else? Now, I don't have any series announcements regarding this right now, but I have different ideas written out. One of them I actually want to do on Madden 18. It'll be a perfect way to jump into the new game and to do a series that only needs to last 1 year's time because it has a perfect narrative to it. This should make a lot more sense when the next Madden is released, so put a pin in that one for now. But I do have some content that I would like to do that I will talk about today. There are some non-regular series ideas I have that make sense for me and my channel and my main interests with football and gaming. I would like to do a series that happens maybe a couple times a month, depends on the ideas I have and how quickly they can be delivered, but I want to start making videos on team building. My friend Blackjack and I talk a lot about content, we're very good friends, and he does a series on his channel because he loves creating things in games, whether it's uniforms or courts. He has some great videos on the different things you can do within NBA 2K, and it's made me want to go play the game because he just makes it look so much fun. But he's very creative. He's got a video on how to do stuff in Team Builder. It's like 40 minutes long. He likes to show people how to create things in games so they can create their own experiences, and I would like to go ahead and create videos that show you different things with team building. There are actually quite a few ways you can approach this subject, and the first ones I want to do, I finally want to go and create my Madden 17 scouting and drafting guide. I know it's very late, but I want to make these videos because I need to get around to things like this. I need to capitalize on ideas I have and stop dragging my feet with them. So these videos are as much to help out those who need the information as well as just to finally do these ideas for myself and stop sitting on them. So I want to do a two-part series at least where I talk about scouting, how to use your points effectively, and then another video where I talk about draft strategy and how to get majority of the players that you're looking at and to have a well-rounded draft class. There is a lot more I can get around to when it comes to team building. It's not just those two videos. I also wanted to talk about finding players that fit specific roles in your offense and how I look at different types of, for say, wide receivers, whether it's a route runner, a speed, a possession guy. And then I could talk about different schemes and how you build toward a good West Coast offense or an aggressive 3-4 zone blitz defense. I love to go in depth with that and do some more informative videos, but I would also look at the requests that any of you would have for team building. Staying on this topic now, I did have some ideas for mini-series with team building. And I know I haven't really explored this much, maybe at all, but I would like to try doing some series that are simulation-based where I do some team building and throw a challenge in there. And the two I have right now, the two ideas are building a team using only the draft, no trades, no free agency, so basically becoming the Green Bay Packers, and then trying to build a team using only free agency and trying to make the right strategic signings and just not even drafting. Just some challenge-focused mini-series that wouldn't last very long. We go through like a whole year in an episode and see how long it takes to win a Super Bowl. So it probably wouldn't take that long depending on the difficulty of the challenge, but these aren't series that require so much time and so many episodes to accomplish the goal. I really want to do these mini-series, whether it's these or other ideas I come up with, because it lets me try new things, and I might learn a lot by doing them. It's hard to grow, and I'm always trying to get better as a creator. And while I love doing my franchise videos and my dynasty videos and it lets me refine and improve my commentary, I would like to try some completely different ideas and see what I can learn from them, whether it's new skills or perhaps finding a new series that you guys really enjoy and becomes a mainstay on the channel. If I don't experiment, then I'm not going to find these things out. I've also just been really excited about a lot of these ideas and the thought of finding some new things that you guys really enjoy, and I think as a creator you should pursue what it is you're excited about, and I'm not going to be ignoring these ideas. So team building could be a big part of the channel with some mini-series and some informative videos. Those could be a lot of fun to do. I also have many ideas for talking about basically like a Madden 18 wish list series, basically is what I have in mind. What could Madden do better, and what ideas could help the game? This series wouldn't be made as like, hopefully they watch it and put this in the game. It's not quite so simple. Rather, I want to put out some ideas there for the franchise community especially, and if these are the things that we're always requesting and always talking about, then these things could eventually become part of the game, like how Practice Squad this year was finally put into the game and how Owner's Box eventually came back. I enjoy playing Madden, but I always want to see it get better, and I think I could make some really good videos on that topic. Those aren't going to begin quite yet, and not all these ideas I'm trying to throw at you guys at once, so it's not like all of a sudden 8 new series on the channel. That wouldn't work. Some of this is going to be now, some of this is going to be later. Like the streaming series is going now, and my plan is to only have it last 1 season, and then we move on to something else. Whether it's another fantasy draft franchise, or if I move on to a completely different idea. But that's a way to supplement my channel, and I want to do more supplementary content along with my Franchise and Dynasty that have been my mainstays. If I get excited about an idea and I see how it can be done, then I'm going to start moving forward with those ideas and capitalizing on them. So while I said not long ago that I don't expect to do anything with Madden 17 career mode, like a player-based series or anything, I said I wouldn't. Now I'd say I'd be disappointed if I didn't, if I couldn't think of something small at least to experiment with something and throw an idea out there. I want to give it a shot at some point. When I think about how I create player-based series, whether it's with the Andy McKenzie series last year or with Desmond Payne, I really want to get better at that. It's nowhere near as good as the content I create revolving around teams. I need to do it differently, and I need to do it better. Now I have one more thing to talk about with another non-regular series. I have been making videos now for over 5 years. Hundreds of videos, many different series, and I think now could be a good time to start this. Kane's Classics. I would like to go back and look at different moments, different games, different seasons, and kinda bring them back in a way that's interesting and showcasing various moments that have happened on the channel. I know many of you were subscribed years ago. Some of you may have joined 2 years ago and never watched anything from Madden 12 or 13. There was some good stuff there. I like to revisit some of the great moments from past series and just showcase them for those that haven't seen them, and for those that would just like to see them again. It's kind of fan servicey. They wouldn't be like huge videos. It's not this huge project. It'd be like one central focus, although some of them could be a little bit deeper. Like I thought about doing one on the story of Leon Daniels, and that one has a variety of different stops to make along the way with different series I've done afterwards. But it would be a way for me to look at old content. I wouldn't just like re-upload the clips. I would do some commentary here and talk about, like, for instance, the first episode I want to do is the moment I realized, hey, I got something here. People are excited about this series. I'm not the only one loving this. And it was Season 2, Week 1 of my Minnesota Vikings franchise on Madden 12. We won that game, walk-off, spoiler alert, by the way, like 4 or 5 years ago. But we won the game on a walk-off safety in overtime, and I remember going through the comments of that video and seeing how excited everybody was, and that's when I kind of realized I might have something here. And then talk about that whole season, because that was a very good season for that Vikings team. I could also go through and look at finally winning our first bowl game with the Minnesota Gophers Dynasty. These videos wouldn't be very long. It's obviously something I haven't done before, but if this is something you guys wanted to see, then I would like to at least try it. But there was a lot to talk about in this channel update because I have so many ideas, yet usually on my channel you end up seeing if there's an upload, it's going to be Franchise or Dynasty, Franchise or Dynasty, and I love doing that content, but I have other ideas. I want to do some smaller stuff. Nothing that I've talked about would take as much time really to create as like an episode of Dynasty or an episode of Franchise, so I'm not trying to put too much on my plate here with this, and not all these series would be regular series. Like if I did Kane's Classics, and if I did the team building series, it wouldn't be every week necessarily. It'd be when I have time and when I have an idea to create. So going forward, I would expect on this channel, you know, it's going to stay the same in terms of Franchise and Dynasty because that's my primary focus. 4 to 5 games a week from those series, and then I'm going to do my streaming. I'm back into that, have my streaming series. When MLB 17 comes out, I'll have to figure out what I want to do with Franchise, what I do with Road to the Show, if I keep both series going or not. I don't think it's a good idea to keep both going, but I'll have a decision to make regarding that. But I do think that this could help bring my channel back to being a daily upload channel, and it used to be that way, and then my videos got longer, took a lot more time to create. I stopped doing so much of the side stuff. But I think now I have a better idea of what my side content on this channel should be. There hasn't been much side content recently. And if you notice, I haven't talked at all, until now, about Ultimate Team and Draft Champions. I'm just not interested in playing those modes much right now. I have so many other ideas I'm excited about that I can do a lot more with. I like playing MUT and Draft Champions. It's just sometimes I sit down and what I get for gameplay isn't usable, or I'm just not having enough fun, or I want to play something else. Sometimes I lose badly. That happens too. Interceptions can really hurt your mood at times. But I'm excited, guys. A lot of great ideas. I've had a lot of fun the last couple weeks just looking at these ideas I have and thinking about what my channel can be moving forward. This would get more content on my channel, let me try new things, grow as a creator, and hopefully grow my channel with some new content that attracts more subscribers. So let me know in the comment section, what did you think of any of the ideas here? I'm going to go through the comments after I go play some Horizon Zero Dawn now. And I'll be looking forward to your thoughts on whatever you're most interested about, whether it's the possibility of Kane's Classics, whether it is streaming, whether it is the team building idea or a mini series. Love your feedback, always looking forward to it. And I appreciate you guys continuing to support me and allowing me to have so much fun with this. I really do appreciate that. So thank you for watching or listening to the video. Not much to look at. I hope you multitask during this. And I will see you guys next time. Have a great day.